Wake up, Dog Pound, because the situation in Cleveland is escalating quickly. We are not just talking about routine off-season adjustments today. We are looking at a franchise standing at a critical crossroads. From a terrifying off-field incident involving a key defender to a complete philosophical overhaul of the defensive coaching staff, the stability of this team is being tested right now. And if that wasn't enough, the front office is already looking years into the future to fix the holes in the trenches. The news coming out of Berea today is heavy, it is urgent, and it changes everything for the Browns.
We begin with a deeply concerning situation developing off the field that has sent shockwaves through the Cleveland Browns organization. Sources have confirmed that safety Ronnie Hickman has been hospitalized following a physical altercation at a hotel. The details emerging from this incident are serious. The Browns have issued an official statement acknowledging the situation, confirming that they are aware of the assault and that Hickman's medical condition is being closely monitored by team doctors. This is currently an active investigation, and while the legal specifics remain under wraps, the reality is that a Browns player has been the victim of violence. This is the kind of news that stops you in your tracks. From an insider perspective, the team is gathering all the facts, but the immediate concern is obviously the player's health and recovery. However, let me switch gears and tell you why this is absolutely infuriating and terrifying at the same time. We are talking about a young man, a professional athlete who should be safe in a hotel, suddenly finding himself in a hospital bed due to an assault. This is a stark reminder of the vulnerability these players face. It is not just about football right now, it is about life. But make no mistake, this impacts the locker room. When you hear your teammate, your brother in battle, has been attacked, it shakes the foundation of the team's focus. The Browns are trying to prepare for a season, trying to get their minds right, and now they have to worry about the well-being of Ronnie Hickman. We wish him a speedy recovery, absolutely, but this raises the temperature in Cleveland. The distraction level is high, the concern level is higher, and the organization is now forced to manage a crisis involving player safety away from the gridiron. You cannot script this kind of drama, and quite frankly, you don't want to. The safety position was already a spot where the Browns needed consistency, and now, with Hickman's status up in the air pending his recovery, the depth chart is the last thing on anyone's mind, yet it remains a business reality they must eventually face. This investigation will be watched like a hawk by the league office and the fans in Cleveland. We need answers. We need justice for the player if he was wrongfully attacked, and we need to know if he will be ready to return to the field. This is a developing story that casts a dark cloud over the start of the offseason program. The Browns must navigate this with precision, empathy, and authority because the eyes of the entire NFL are suddenly fixed on this situation. It is a harsh reality check that the violence of the real world does not care about your depth chart or your playoff aspirations. We are monitoring this hour by hour.
This story is developing rapidly, and you cannot afford to miss a single update on Hickman's condition or the team's response. If you want the raw truth and exclusive updates delivered straight to you, hit that subscribe button right now. While the organization deals with the immediate crisis regarding Hickman, the front office is simultaneously locked in a high-stakes chess match to define the future of the defense. The Cleveland Browns have officially advanced in their selection process for a new defensive coordinator, narrowing down the list of final candidates to replace Jim Schwartz. This is not just a hiring cycle, this is a frantic search for identity. Jim Schwartz didn't just call plays, he brought a swagger, an aggression, and a specific culture that defined the Browns' success last year. Replacing him is the single most critical decision Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski will make this entire year. Sources indicate the team is looking for someone who can maintain that aggressive edge while evolving the scheme to handle the modern AFC North offenses. They have filtered the names, they are conducting the interviews, and a decision is imminent. But let me be clear, the Browns cannot afford to miss on this. You have Myles Garrett in his prime, you have Denzel Ward, you have a championship-caliber defense on paper. If you bring in the wrong coordinator, if you bring in someone who plays soft coverage or doesn't know how to unleash the pass rush, you are wasting a year of a Super Bowl window. That is unacceptable. The departure of Schwartz left a massive void, a black hole in the coaching staff that needs to be filled by a leader of men, not just a tactician. The pressure is mounting because the defense was the backbone of this team. If the defense regresses, does anyone trust the offense to carry the load? I didn't think so. This decision defines the season before it even starts. The new coordinator needs to walk into that building and command respect immediately. He needs to look Myles Garrett in the eye and say, "We are going to be better." If the Browns hire a safe, conservative option, they are admitting defeat. They need a fire starter. They need someone who understands that Cleveland football is about hitting people in the mouth.
The front office knows the stakes. They know that the wrong hire here could lead to people losing their jobs down the line. This is a pivotal moment in the franchise's history. The interviews are concluding, the list is short, and the anticipation is agonizing. Who has the guts to lead this unit? Who has the strategic mind to replace a legend like Schwartz? We are about to find out, and the answer will tell us everything we need to know about the Browns' ambition for the upcoming season. This is strategic warfare in the front office, and they better have the right battle plan, because the fans will not accept a step backward on defense.
Looking beyond the immediate coaching fires and player health issues, the Cleveland Browns scouting department is quietly laying the groundwork for the next generation. Reports confirm that the recruitment team has identified 3 specific priority positions to monitor closely during the upcoming NFL scouting combine, with a strategic eye towards the draft of 2026. This is long-term dynasty building at its finest. The focus? It is all about the trenches. The Browns are zeroing in on the offensive line and defensive reinforcements. This is a clear signal that the organization believes games are still won and lost at the line of scrimmage. They are not looking for flash, they are looking for granite. They are scouting the heavy hitters, the protectors, and the disruptors. But let's analyze the Stephen A side of this. About time. You absolutely must protect the quarterback. I don't care who is under center. If he is running for his life, you have no offense. The fact that they are prioritizing the offensive line tells me they know they have been vulnerable. You cannot compete in the AFC North against TJ Watt and the Ravens pass rush if your offensive line is soft. And on the defensive side, you can never have enough pass rushers. You need a rotation of monsters to keep the pressure on for 60 minutes. This focus on the 2026 draft class suggests they are looking for developmental traits, physical freaks who can be molded into starters down the road. It is a smart, calculated approach, but it also screams urgency for the current roster's flaws. They are admitting right now that the foundation needs reinforcing. The Combine is going to be a meat market, and the Browns scouts have their marching orders. Find the biggest, toughest, nastiest linemen in the country. This is how you sustain success. You don't build a house from the roof down. You build it from the foundation up. And the foundation of football is the line of scrimmage. While everyone else is looking at wide receivers running 4.2 40s, the Browns are looking at bench press reps and wingspans. This is the unsexy work that wins championships. It is strategic, it is necessary, and it is the only way to ensure that this team remains competitive for the next 5 years. The scouts are packing their bags, the list is set, and the future of the Cleveland Browns is being decided in weight rooms and interview suites right now. If they hit on these picks, if they find the next Joe Thomas or the next great pass rusher, we will look back at this combine strategy as the turning point. But if they miss, if they draft busts, it sets the franchise back half a decade. The margin for error is 0. This is a defining week for Cleveland. We have Ronnie Hickman fighting a battle off the field, a defense searching for a new commander to replace Jim Schwartz, and a scouting department trying to secure the franchise's future in the trenches. The pressure on this organization has never been higher. They are juggling crisis management with long-term strategy, and one slip-up could derail everything. I want to hear from you, the Dog Pound. Do you trust Andrew Berry to make the right hire for defensive coordinator, or are you terrified of a regression? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We are in this together, Cleveland. Stay strong, stay tuned, and as always, go Browns.